This is the epitome of high speed, low drag. A VR game that allows me to put on some night vision goggles and creep through the night like a boogeyman. To make a last stand with your friends as the waves of enemies try to get you first. Although it may not look it, Tactical Assault VR has some of the best gun control and feel to a VR shooter there is currently. The maps that the original game came out with feel good and are fun to play, but with their recent SWAT DLC, Project Dahlia, that they dropped, it seems to have left a sour taste within the community. The thing I came to understand about Tactical Assault VR is that even if you have the best thing in the world, all it takes is for one person to get a little greedy to make the whole thing collapse. This is Tactical Assault VR. Tactical Assault VR allows your average, everyday man to live out his fantasy of being a Tier 1 operator and dying alongside the boys, without actually being Tier 1 and dying alongside your boys. This game feels like if Ready or Not and BattleBit Remastered had a child, and in its rebellious phase, decided it was going to be a VR game instead. This game is deceiving at first. With the graphics being blocky and not looking like other games in its genre, you wouldn't expect the amount of detail they put in this game to actually be in it. But the game is a champion of immersion, to the night vision, the weapon handling, the voice commands, and how much trauma one person gets when they see their homie get turned into a ragdoll. The immersion this game allows is phenomenal, exquisite. Mwah. I've had this game for a little while now, but like some people who don't use their VR headsets as much as they should have, I use my VR headset about as often as a deaf kid uses noise-canceling headphones. But with the recent DLC they dropped, Project Dahlia, I decided it was time to give this game the attention it deserves. Why should you care about this game? I mean, why should you? The amount of games like this one is absurd. To Pavlov and Onward, which are good games within themselves, why should you care about this game specifically? The thing about Tactical Assault VR is that although the graphics are not the usual graphics for a game like this, the immersion and the realism is all still there, and it's a cheaper alternative to the other games mentioned, although not by a lot, only by a few dollars. The game currently has 7 maps that you can play solo or multiplayer, with an additional of 5 maps in the DLC they added. Although, it really is only around 3 maps right now because they dropped the DLC with 2 maps not even being finished yet. There's 2 more coming out at the end of 2025 and beginning of 2026, but if you're going to be an early access game, why even release a paid DLC? And if you're going to release a paid DLC, why the fuck do you release it without it being done? And those same maps are the ones used in PvP modes, as well as I think 2 maps for the shootout game mode, with day and night variants of each, in which you play a Korean during the LA riots. It's apparent the devs give somewhat of a fuck and know what they want from the game because the gun gameplay and the way you play the game is catered to a certain experience. You have to slow down, pie rooms, and enter them the most tactical way you can because the normal AI in this game aren't horrible. At least, they weren't as bad as they are now after the DLC update. This game is made to be played with other players, I believe. There's some aspects in-game where you would want a second player, like for bomb defusals, for example. One guy has to crouch on one side of the bomb as the other guy reads from a screen what color to cut. You can do this solo, but I have died plenty of times trying to look at the wire, go to the screen, and see which color to cut. And the game is simply more enjoyable with other people, at least in my opinion. Playing solo is still a very fun time, however. Loading up a mission and clearing out enemies with flashbangs and grenades as you're entering rooms is a good feeling, to say the least. Making matching outfits with the boys is also very fun. When I said this game was like Ready or Not, it's apparent because the customization for your character is vast, with different plate carriers, chest rigs, helmets, and so much more. You can really make your character you. While you're checking what clothing to wear, you can also customize your shit on your plate carrier. You can customize where you grab your gun, your mags, smokes, flashes, and medical syringes, as well as pick and choose which ones you want to bring on mission, with an option to change your equipment in-game after you've died. If a map calls for a lot of shooting, maybe packing more rifle magazines is the move, or if you're sniping, having more pistol mags can come in handy. Each mission requires a different tool set to complete it, and this game lays everything you'll ever need right in front of you and then tells you to have fun. The developers are also actively updating their game, with a free DLC being made called Pacific Defense Force Pack, where all players can download it, and it comes with 4 new camo patterns and a new gun, the Type 20 rifle. In my opinion, it should have just been a normal update because the game, as stated before, is still in early access, but oh well, at least it was free, or at least the updates were free. But with the newest update to Tactical Assault VR being the one that brought the DLC, well, it looks like people aren't the happiest about it. I'm going to come out and make a bold statement right now that it is greedy to drop a DLC to a game that isn't even fully done yet. Don't forget, kids, as stated before, the game is still in early access, but they decided it was wise to charge people for more content. It's not the best look, to say the least. What I will say about the DLC also is that it's not even fully done yet. I don't understand the tendency they have to release unfinished shit out to people and then charge them for it. And it pisses me off because I really enjoy this video game. Whenever me and my friends decide to play VR, we either play this, Rumble, or Into the Radius 2. All great games, by the way. It has some of the best feel and immersion in-game, and it's genuinely fun to play. With all that being said, I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy what I got in the DLC. They added 2 new weapons, the Glock 45 and the FAL. Both feel good in-game, but at the end of the day, it only matters if you want to use those specific weapons. The weapon choice in-game is expansive enough before the DLC, so new additions are always welcome, but they're not required. If you're gonna add guns to the DLC, I would have liked to have seen more guns. I guess 2 is better than none. I enjoyed the gas station map, although the ready or not dick riding is showing heavily with this whole DLC. The map was fun nonetheless. I would say my favorite map out of the 3 is apartments though. Tight, close quarters, and elevation are key aspects to the map, and it makes for a fun time. Ranch is forgettable to me. I'm sure somebody out there probably loves it and will make it known to me in the comments below. The cosmetics they added are cool also. Has some Hawaii 5-0 vibes that I can fuck with. They added some new law enforcement officer drip, sheriff stuff, new helmets and knee pads, and a new outfit color. All of this for $10, including the 2 maps that are coming out in the future, which I will say again, is bullshit that didn't come out at the same time the DLC came out, but I will say all that for $10 is not a bad deal in my opinion. Although I agree that it's a slimy move. Another issue people in the community talk about when it comes to multiplayer at least is the community. There's 2 types of people it seems that play this game. The Milsim addicted middle-aged man who tries to do shit as tactically and realistically as possible, and the other group are kids who may or may not shoot you and call you slurs all game. As of right now, I've played a handful of multiplayer matches, just me, and the kids I've had on my team so far haven't been horrible. And by that I mean they aren't uber racist. They will blow your ass down if you say anything to them sideways, however. This issue is something that happened when the game was able to be played on the Quest, the same VR device I have because I'm broke. And this is all I got, man. Leave me alone. When the game was able to be played on the Quest, a large group of people started to play the game. The people being a lot of kids for the most part. Now, do they bother me much? Nah, not really. I've been shit talking since Modern Warfare 2, so it's hard to feel anything these days. The team killing can get annoying if you really want to win or just play the game in general. I understand where people are coming from with this complaint. If this is the only VR game you have and you just want to play a few missions with a friend and some randoms, there's a good chance you're going to come across some snot-nosed Timmy or Carl the Gravy Seal who's trying way too hard. I'm not sure how they can fix this issue, to be honest, either. What's done is done and the game's out on Quest. And honestly, thank God it is, because I have a Quest. The only thing I can think of is just play the game with your friends. The only way to avoid toxic people is to avoid people as a whole. Leaving it up to chance in multiplayer lobbies might work out, but you will come across a tactical assault gremlin sooner or later. Other negative reviews for this game is either about bugs or the community. But with how on top the devs have been for this game recently, I think all those complaints will be patched or fixed later down the road. I truly think this game is something special. It's doing what others have done before it perfectly, but the studio got pretty greedy with the recent DLC. Other than the predatory business practices that studio seem to be partaking in, the devs do seem to update the game pretty constantly with fixing bugs and content every now and then. The customization, guns, realistic feel, and just pure enjoyment this game offers is definitely worth the asking price of $17.99. Just the base game and the free DLC for this game is enough content for any person to enjoy the game for tens if not hundreds of hours in the future. The DLC isn't needed, but having that new lobby and multiplayer is pretty nice, and that part 100% should have been free for everybody. This, for me, is the pinnacle of tactical shooter genre in the VR format. I've seen YouTubers like Glid Gaming bring this game to its limit with the tactics they use, and it truly is beauty in motion. That's also another thing this game brings to the table. It's unironically a good training aid for military, law enforcement, or just citizens who want to train. You can use this game to talk about how to clear rooms and do simple small unit tactics. The shoot house this game has is randomly generated and is customizable to the amount of enemies, bomb, hostage threats, surrendering enemies, and even more. For a game that costs less than $20, the value a person gets from this game is really up to the player, whether it be bullying kids in PvP, training like an actual operator, or getting drunk and doing a wave-based mission with the boys. This game is exactly as advertised. You tactically assault things in VR, and this game does it the best.
What the?
Oh, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day so far. As I'm writing this script, I am currently fighting an ear and chest infection, so if I sound a little different in some of the clips, could be because of that. And also the fact that I'm using a Quest 2 microphone for all the in-game footage. Fun times, indeed. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the switch to a VR video. This is a new format of game, and I had a couple of issues trying to pick up the in-game audio, but I figured it out after some trial and error. I have some more games in VR I want to make videos on, but y'all just gonna have to subscribe to see what I'm cooking up next. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, leave a like, a comment, and if you really like this video, go ahead and subscribe. This is a new channel, but the sheer amount of support I've gotten on these past 4 videos have been amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough. I have something planned for when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're already almost halfway there. I can't believe the support I've gotten so far, seeing how this channel is basically brand new. Seeing all the success I've been getting on these past videos make me want to go harder and make even higher quality content for y'all. This channel is a 2-man operation with my brother as the editor, so just know y'all are making not just me, but my brother and my entire family very happy with all the support I've been getting. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day, and I'm out.